CEOs that do strength training, not just cardio, as well as train martial arts, outperform the market by 140%. I know it from my own experience of how much actually fitness plays an essential part. That's right, CEOs like Mark Zuckerberg and Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon use fitness to gain an edge in business. Because I worked in investment banking, hedge funds, and as a founder, I know how hard it can be to actually find the time to exercise. But learning from training with, for instance, UFC champion Georges St. Pierre and many other top athletes, I started to recognize on how important simplicity is when you want to make it work while you have a demanding career or entrepreneurship. Like I used to believe that you have to have some specific ketogenic diet or train 5 times per week when I was studying finance, to then really going back to basics, twice per week training, ditching the weights and starting to use my body weight as resistance. I started to truly see great results. So the key here is that your body won't recognize the difference between using weights as resistance or your body weight against gravity. So why does this work? Well, your body really responds to the stimuli when you go hard enough. So how hard should you go? Twice per week, 10 sets of push, pull, legs, 15 reps per set, reps close to failure. Once you get there, it's time to progress. You don't have to use different weight exercises. You really just need to go through the progressions in bodyweight training. And that's what we start the foundations in the free course, and then you get all the programs, everything in the full program. Why would you use your body weight instead of weights? Well, it's a lot of fun and you save time. You never have the excuse not being able to train. For instance, if you travel, you can use it in home, a hotel room, even your coffee room, where I've been doing multiple workouts. The goal is to never miss an exercise, no matter where you are. Now, of course, one of the biggest problems is that the fitness industry really sells you on the idea of some very overcomplex solution. But just like Steve Jobs used to say, simplicity can be harder than complexity, but once you find it, you can move mountains. I went from out of shape founder to then breaking not just the national record in muscle ups in just 3 months, being overweight, and then 3 months later being in top 1% shape, going from 20% body fat to 5% body fat, and then continuing from there to breaking the previous muscle up world record. I train an average twice per week on my lunch breaks. So that's why I also made sure so you don't have to have any excuses. You can sign up to the course that gives you 7 elite habits in 7 days, and it's free. So why does this really work? So when you train reps close to failure, you start building lean muscle mass. And just like when I was training with UFC champion Georges St. Pierre and all of these elite UFC fighters, I was just a finance kid studying in Montreal, and I realized that these guys don't actually go that hard. Now, this isn't rocket science, but you need to have a holistic view. It's not just the workout, and it's definitely not overtraining like David Goggins says. It's simple, strategic, and anyone can do it. So you want to focus on the 20% of the habits that give you 80% of the results. So that's why you should be focusing on the basic exercises. Then, once you have trained those twice per week, you want to focus on getting quality nutrition, meaning that you use 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram, that you do a high protein diet, and 16/8 fasting. Now, it's essential that really the diet is on point, and here it is about what you eat, how much you eat, and when you eat. On the mindset part, it's really about believing in the system. You have to believe that you can do it. That's how you start to rewire the brain, and you can have those ambitious goals. Like I was out of shape, and then I was like, I want to break a world record in muscle ups. And then I knew I needed to get to work. It's not just about daydreaming about that goal, it's about setting that strong foundation. On the cardio part, I only do once per week, 60% of max heart rate, and that's what you also should be doing. Then you can walk 10,000 steps per day. That's how you actually can reset the brain, by walking daily, and then the eyes scan the environment, really calming down the mind, it's really about not doing more, it's about doing less and doing it smarter. So make sure you sign up to the 7-day 7 Elite Habits crash course, which really is about building that elite mindset, and it's free. and I'll guide you all the way through. So if you decide to join the course, you can send an email. I promise you I will respond to it, and let's get those results. I'm happy to see you. And if you want to see how I went really on a muscle up journey, check this video, or check this video on how I actually built virtual gaming startup at the same time.